Good evening and welcome to Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with the host of Love 101, my man, Naeem Najee. What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Joe?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Look like you out and about. You know what I mean? Looks where you located right now?
Yeah, I'm in downtown Manhattan
Down
in
to
transit, doing the
Woo!
podcast on the go right now.
Oh man, darn that. Hey, I know it's traffic galore out there in the Big Apple. That's why.
Yeah, so
Woo!
I don't mind the break. I'm sitting here and have a conversation right now.
Cool, cool. Hey, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, the A Game. So I'm gonna go into that commercial, and we'll come right back with Feel Good Talk Love 101.
All right.
And that is the A Game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And I have a few free samples left, so give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A Game. Hey, and I appreciate
Yes,
you,
can we
man.
sample?
Huh? What's that?
Let's yes,
A
can
few.
we
I'm not even. I'm not even gonna talk. I ain't gonna say three to one. I said a few free samples. So,
Yes.
man. So what's going on tonight, Night? What's up with you?
Well, I'm good. I wanna open the conversation. Let's just start the conversation right now, everybody, about we talking about healthy relationships and healing toxic relationships. I finally realized how to introduce myself to people when they ask what I do. And it's simply this: I'm here to help facilitate the healing from the addiction to toxic relationships. So I'm here to help people heal their addiction to toxic relationships. That's it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, you'll have your healthy relationship. You'll have your loving relationship. You'll have your freedom, your appreciation, your communication, your trust and sincerity. You'll have all that when you heal, when you identify the stuff that's blocking that. And you know, we talk about the facts of love and fear. So it's a good thing I don't have the graphic today to show you because y'all should be able to know it. Y'all should be able to tell me what it is at this point.
Right.
It's like FACTS. How many words do you have that stand for toxic relationships? We start with F. We dealing with fear in a relationship, being afraid to be yourself, force, feeling like something is you're under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy. Too much
Right.
pressure is not healthy. Uh, what's the A for? Attack, right? Abuse, anger, arguments, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what abusive relationships do. Toxic relationships do. And what's the C for? Conflict, confusion,
Mm-hmm.
chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the T for? Trauma and constantly being triggered, triggering each other. That's
Mm-hmm.
not. And mind you, we are built as human beings. We're built for short-term trauma, conflict, and short-term stress, but not long-term. Meaning, for example, if you know the whole fight or flight thing,
Mm-hmm.
when you are your mind sends a signal to your body that you're in danger, then it'll give you a rush of energy to run away, hide, fight, heighten your senses, all that. But not all day though. Like that's like, okay, I see a predator, I gotta get away, gotta hide, gotta fight. But that's 15 minutes, and then you go back to normal. You
Right.
don't do that all day long. But then when the same thought in your head from your ex or your mother-in-law or your boss is causing that trigger, that fight or flight, your body is going to be under way too much pressure,
Right.
and it's going to break down your immune system, your your digestion, your health is just going to deteriorate because you're constantly putting yourself under mental stress. You ever had the stress of running late and the anxiety that comes with it?
Oh
And
yeah.
then, you know, like I would be under that stress right now if I didn't allow myself the time and the space to say, hey, I'm gonna be late today. So that's it. We're doing this at a different time today. We just make adjustments. Life is about making adjustments. The whole world made an adjustment for COVID. So it's not a lot to ask to make an adjustment in your own life if you're doing something that is valuable and that you want to do.
Yeah.
So, and then finally we have the S, which is scarcity, separation,
Mm-hmm.
and shame.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the five facts of fear. We did that. Fear, attack, conflict, trauma, separation, right? Now, what are the five facts of love, Charles? I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, you gonna put me on the spot? Free F is for freedom. A
Yeah.
is for appreciation. C is for communication. T is for trust, and S is for sincerity. So again, you can add other words if you want in there, but it's all the same. So
That's the main gist of it.
And I like to stay on the love side anyway. You can have that toxic relationship side. Yeah, but hey man, I just want to say I appreciate you coming on early today. I got some times mixed up for you tomorrow, so I appreciate that again, just to throw that out there to you. So yes, sir.
I appreciate you. You,
Mhm.
you innocent, and I appreciate the just being on here and having a conversation. So,
Brother,
and with
thank
that said, are there any comments or questions?
you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a few out there. We got a few out there today. We got Jamila J. Choice. What's going on, lady? She says we need healing. Amen. That is so true, Jamila. We definitely do. And she also says no one else is talking about it or trying to heal. So yeah, I don't see too many people trying. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't hear about too much either. My man Tyrone Ricks, what's going on, brother? He says the 10 of life is tuned in. The 10 of life is always tuned in. We definitely appreciate you, brother. And he also says, what up, brother Charles Braley and the Love Doctor? What's going on, Ty? Appreciate you, man. And continue to do what you're doing as well. You're doing some big things out there, so continue to do that. So yeah, man. But yeah, Naeem, that it we definitely need some healing as far as those relationships. And you're right, you don't want to walk around stressed out, all day long, every day, all day. That's not good for you. It's not healthy. We talking high blood pressure, we're talking ulcers, we're talking stroke, everything. You know what I mean? Like you said, the digestive system is jacked up. I mean, on and on. We can go on and on and on about the health issues that is associated with a whole bunch of trauma in your life. So,
Yeah.
and the thing is crazy that baffles me is a lot of people still, just want to stay in that situation, instead of get out. And I understand some people don't know how to get out, maybe need that help to get out. But again, this is what this show is all about. So,
And I appreciate all the comments. Thank y'all for tuning in today. It's not our regular scheduled day, but it's our regular scheduled program.
I
Right.
like that.
Do y'all have any questions or comments or topics you want to talk about today? It's an open conversation. And Jamila said we need healing. Yes, and just want to say there's 3 steps to healing. First one is recognition. You got to recognize what's hurting you in the first place. And when you recognize that it's you doing it to yourself,
That's right.
When you get over yourself enough to say, oh, wow, I had 20 relationships. They were all toxic. What's the common denominator? Me.
You.
Right? It's not like, oh, all them 20 people, they got issues. Maybe they do. And so do you. That's the thing. And so you can't fix another person's issues, but you can work on your own. And
That's right.
Your relationships are your teachers. They're your school. The people you're in relationship with are your teachers. And I'm not just talking romantic. I'm talking about every relationship. They're teaching you something. What is the lessons that you're learning here?
Right.
Someone's constantly lying to you. What are you learning? You're learning, okay, well, this is not a person that I'm going to believe when they tell me something. I
Right.
don't have to believe everything because I may hurt myself every time I believe something they say and they lying. Maybe they do it unintentionally. Maybe they saying, hey man, I'll show up at 6 o'clock and they get there at 8 o'clock. You like, you a liar. Like, no, they just don't have a sense of time. So what are you learning? You're learning, don't invite them to know nothing that starts exactly at 6 o'clock, if that's the case. Or tell them 4 o'clock, and so they can get there around 6:30, 7.
That is so true, man. So true. And
Like
we,
what?
huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we had a couple more comments out there, and I
Okay.
just wanted to get that in there. Tyrone Rick says, "Love is the key to life." Exactly, brother. Yes, indeed. And Jamila Choice says, "Medical ramifications are real." Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like I said, man, that trauma to the body is no joke. So, and we have a healing machine, believe it or not, but it only could take but so much. Just like any other machine, you overload it, eventually, it's going to break down. So again, get that help out there if you need it, please. And I want to say this to all the people, Naeem, and I'm gonna say, love don't hurt. So stop being in those hurtful relationships talking about, you know, if he loves me, I'm going to stick in here because I love him. No, that's insanity. So stop it.
Yeah, no, love does not hurt. Love heals.
That's right.
So did I get through the three things I said? The first thing is identification. You got to recognize that it's you. Second thing is understanding. You got to understand the difference between love and fear, right? Because to just recognize fear is not enough to escape from it. To recognize you're in a prison is not enough to escape from it. You may be living your whole life. You may never go past this gate because you're like, oh, I don't need anything outside the gate. And then you find out that the gate is locked from the outside and somebody locked you in there. You're like, oh, I recognize now that I'm in a prison, but you
Right.
don't understand how to get out. That's the second step. You got to understand that there's different ways you can maneuver to get out of this thing. There's other exits. There's other ways you can escape. And then the third thing is solution. So so when you get out, like what are you going to do? Like what are you going to do in terms of mentally and changing your mind? Because it's not a physical prison we're in; it's a mental one. To choosing love over fear, and that comes with the recognition that some of us aren't comfortable with love, y'all. Can somebody say, can somebody give me raise a hand in here? Because some of us are not comfortable with freedom or other people's freedom. Some of us are not comfortable with appreciation or appreciating ourselves or others or receiving appreciation. Some of us are not comfortable with clarity and communication. We think things have to be complicated. Everything I say on these shows, I say in the first 5 minutes because it's the facts of love and fear: freedom, appreciation, communication, trust, sincerity. After that, you just need to take that and run with it in your own way. So how do you know you're doing something? Well, are you free? Are you doing it because you want to do it? Appreciation. Are you appreciating yourself? You're appreciating others? C, communication. Are you communicating? And T, are you operating out of trust and truth? And S, are you being sincere? All right, then whatever you're doing, then keep doing it. If it don't hurt, because none of that there hurts.
I'm on mute. Wait a minute, did he break down on me? Oh man. Naeem. Think he froze up for a second. If he comes back, we'll come back. We'll come back to him. But I've got a question here, but I'm gonna let him answer this because this is what he do. This is what he does. I mean, so again, we got a question from let's see. Thanks for tuning in, Shannon. She says, what is codependency in a relationship? Is it natural to depend on others to an extent? What makes it healthy or not? And I'm gonna wait till he comes back in because, like I said, this is his thing, and he should be right back in. But we definitely appreciate it. This is a special edition of Feel Good Talk Love 101. Again, I'm your host, Charles Blakely. Naeem Najib having some issues with the signal. So hopefully he'll get right back in here and answer this question. It's an awesome question. Thanks, Shannon. We definitely appreciate it. And, you know, any more questions out there, please feel free to send them our way so that we can answer these questions for you. And, you know, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. And I know this is not our normal time that we do come on, but, you know, we're here. And, you know, we're dedicated to everybody out there, you know, to give you, you know, what you need, give you vital information that you can use on a daily basis, you know, to help you in life in general. You know what I mean? So, again, this is what we do here at Feel Good Talk Love 101. So, just waiting on Naeem. But, you know, while we're doing that, I just want to tell everybody where they can find us. They can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, on Facebook at Feel Good Talk, on YouTube at FGT, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Also find us on Instagram at Feel.Good Talk. And you can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. And that's how you can get in contact with us. Also, we have a plethora of shows here at Feel Good Talk. I just want to break some of those shows down for you and get right to it. Let's see here. Boom. Let's get right to it. We have these are the daily shows that we have, live shows. We have Feel Good Talk Love 101 on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We're here today, you know, just because of a schedule mix up. Also, we have Let's Talk About It on Thursdays at 7 p.m. That's with Kendra Moore and Izzy Meditates. They have awesome guests on there. And have great topics. So definitely check them out. That's Thursdays at 7 p.m. We also have William's World at Fridays at 6 p.m. That's my man, William Dickerson. He does his thing on Friday nights. You don't want to miss that. Always have a great special guest there. Also, Jamila J's Girl Talk is on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that's coming all the way from the West Coast, which is California. And then we have every other Sunday. We have my man, Steven. He has Give Me Some Sugar Bacon with Steven. That's Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now, he's on summer break, but he will be back to cook those delicious cakes, cookies, pies, all types of pastries that he does cook. Or bake, I say cook. Also, we have the pre-recorded shows. This is Mindfulness Mondays with Izzy Meditates. That's Mondays at 9 a.m. She gives out meditation, words of advice, all kinds of stuff. So check her out. That's Mondays at 9 a.m. We have Words from the Heart with Shayna Gordine. That's Tuesdays at 9 a.m. She always has a word of advice or some type of words to get you through the day. So definitely check her out. That's Shayna Gordine, Tuesdays at 9 a.m. And she's going to kill me because she said grind, Shayna grind. So let me get that right. We also have More Life with Essential Oils on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Kendra Moore, our essential oil coach, she shows you how to either make something that can help you through the day or just in general tell you what these essential oils do. And I'm amazed at what they do to the brain and stuff of that nature as far as smell. So definitely check her out. She always has something for you. And when we have Cassandra's Corner Saturdays at 10 a.m. Cassandra, this is for the kids now. She always have arts and crafts. She may have, kid entrepreneurs. So definitely check her out on Saturday. This is an awesome program for the kids. And this is all on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. So definitely check us out. I think Naeem is back in the building. So we're going ready. Oh, he went out again. Wow. Let me go back and see if we can get him again. I mean, he's actually doing, like I said, doing the show live from his car, so hopefully he can stay tuned in. I'm gonna have to go back and get him. But there it is. That's the lineup that we have. And here he is right here. Let's see. It's getting back in here. What's up, brother? You all right now? Good to go?
Yeah, you see how dark it got over here so quick? It's the
The clouds have just come over. It's crazy.
Oh, it's getting ready to rain on you?
Yeah. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you great. Yes.
Okay, great.
Hey, we
Well,
got a question right here. If you want to answer that, it's up to you. I
yeah.
pulled it up. What is codependency in a relationship? Is it natural to depend on others to an extent? What makes it healthy or not?
All right. So codependency is unhealthy, period.
Mhm.
And depending on someone is not a position of strength or power, unless you're a child or
Mhm.
something, you know. Uh, as far as it looked like an apocalypse over here, real quick. I don't know what y'all see this wind. It's ridiculous. Anyway, there are 10 basic human needs that every adult is responsible for themselves. And I'm gonna see because I think my lighting is just bad. Let me see. Is that any better? Okay,
Yeah, I think that's the best you're
we'll
gonna
we'll go
probably
with
get.
this.
Yep. There you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. Let's go with that.
Hmm.
So now, as an adult, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your basic needs for yourself. And
Hmm.
here are some of them. Let's start with money, number one. Uh, Food, then you got water, then you got shelter, you got safety and security, being safe, clothing, it's number six. You got healthcare, you got travel, you got energy. Energy is something like exerting energy to get something done, like lifting boxes and things like that, moving things around, carrying stuff for yourself. So those are some of the basic human needs and also cleanliness to be your hygiene, your responsibility.
Hmm.
Depending on anyone for any of those things, like depending. Not, I'm not talking about sharing. Like we share food or we share water, we share money. Like I'm gonna give you some, you give me some. That's that's different. I'm talking about depending. Like if I don't get food from you, Charles, I'm just gonna starve.
Right.
That's not healthy, and
Right.
that doesn't make the relationship an honest relationship because it's like, why am I around you if I'm looking to you for my food? Then I can't really be your friend because I'm not I'm relying on you for something that I need to survive.
Right.
It doesn't make me a friend. Like
Hmm.
I could be your friend, but it's if I have to come around you to eat, then that doesn't mean I love you. That doesn't mean I like you. That doesn't mean I hate you. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that I need something from you. So here's a principle for everybody to understand. When you need something from someone, when you need it, that need places strain on the relationship. And by strain, I mean force, pressure, which is of fear, right? And it's when you have too much of that going on, then that can definitely uh, be unhealthy. To need, to want, I want to go out and eat with you, Charles, because I enjoy your company, is different than I need you to feed me or I'm going to starve to death. It's a different type of relationship. It's a different type of dynamic. And the one where you are needing and codependent, it's not healthy. So even for those living together, I would recommend that you have your own money, your own resources, your own food, your own bank account, your own all of that. You
Hmm.
know, you can share whatever you want to share, but have your own.
Hmm.
That's not it's not gonna hurt to have your own. Let's just put it that way.
So in other words, come whole. At least come with whole. Basically.
Yes, and also for those of us out here expecting other people to take care of us a certain way, like okay, we we go out to eat. You think the other person's supposed to pay or is supposed to give you a ride, transportation, right? Supposed to invite you in their home, all that shelter.
Right.
Nobody owes you any of that. It's
Hmm.
always a gift. Even when your friend that you know for 15, 20 years invites you in their home, that's a gift. When they give you food, that's a gift.
Right.
When they
Right.
even make time for you, that's a gift,
Hmm.
right? But we're talking about specifically resource-based relationships, and a lot of relationships aren't built on love; they're built on the exchange of resources.
Mm.
basic needs. And
Wow.
that can be unhealthy very easily. And because you feel like you'll deal with a whole lot of crap that you wouldn't normally deal with when you think you have to, then when you know you're free. It's like,
Right.
I'm free to be here and eat with you, whoever, but you're attacking me and you're complaining about me. You're saying you don't want me here, but you're like, here, take this food, whatever. I'm just generous. I feed you or whatever. I'm like, listen, I'm free to stay here and eat. I'm free to go too. But I also have a boundary about being treated a certain way, being treated with respect. If you don't really want me here, then I'm not going to be here.
Right.
It's not because I have to be here. You know what I mean? That's the difference. When you feel you have to be here, that's how people exert abuse in relationships, because like, oh yeah, I control their money, or I got the key to the house, or I got the car, or the note, or the lease is in my name, or whatever. And so yeah, you don't got nowhere else to go. Or for those of us out here who believe that we don't have anywhere else to go, let me say something real quick. I'll have to come off camera and come back. You always have somewhere to go, okay? You always have someone that cares for you. You always have help, always. And I mean always, always. Even if it's just going to the hospital and talking to a social worker, walking down the street, right? Finding some resources, finding the soup kitchen, finding someone that, you know, whose job it is to look after people who may be insecure in certain areas, financial, food, shelter, whatnot, you know? You always have, I'm not saying you got to go back to your mama, you got to go back, so, you know, over here to your family, you got to go back to your ex, you got to go to your friend. You don't have, even so, you always have somewhere to go. You always have another means to be cared for and taken care of. And let me ask this question for everybody. This is an easy question. It's a yes or no question. Do you believe that you are capable of making $1? Like, for example, if I gave you 24 hours and all I need you to do is find a way to make $1 American, could you do it? Most people might say, yeah, I think I could figure out a way to make $1. So my question is, if you know, whatever came to mind, if you know how to make 1, why can't you make 2?
Right.
And if you know how to make 2, why can't you make 10? And if you can make 10, why can't you make 100? Right? You know, you see what I'm doing here? We're like, oh man, I don't know where I'm gonna get this $5,000 from. Why don't you start with 1? Start with 1 and build from there. Because 1 is less of a headache, less of a strain to think about. I can do 1, right? Just like the step system for personal development. We talk about, you may not be doing 100 squats a day, but you can do 1. You might even be able to do 5. And if you can do 1, you can do 5. And if you can do 5, you can do 10. And if you can do 10 for 10 days, you can do 100. Right? So I'm just saying, I believe in you, everyone who's out here. I believe in your ability to care for yourself and that you are taken care of, even if you may feel insecure in different basic needs at certain times in your life. Because we all go through periods of, we need help. We need a shoulder to lean on. We need a hand to help pull us up. And those of us who always want to be the one, you know, marching to go save somebody, sit your behind down and ask for help sometimes. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything for everybody. And if you're not, how about this? If you're like, oh, nobody does nothing for me. Well, how about you? You don't count? Before you start running out and doing everything for everybody, why don't you do something for yourself?
Right.
Simple story. I heard a story today. Somebody was saying in an earlier call, they went to an ATM to get some money out, and then they went, you know how you go in the building to go in there. So when they got in the building, they were going through their stuff to find their card and all the stuff. And there was a person sitting there in the space, you know, no judgment. Maybe they were homeless, maybe whatever the case is, they were asking for money. They were like, hey, can you give me some money? Can you give me $1? And, you know, they were like, okay, let me get my stuff together. And they were, you know, going through their own, you know, in their own world, in their own business, trying to get their own life together. And then they're like, just $1. Can you just give me $1? And it's over and over again. And then they were like, well, I got to take care of myself first. You know, whether I was going to give you $1 or not, I came in here to get money for me. So
Right. Mhm.
I use this as an example because even if you were going to give the person $1,
Mhm.
get your money first. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even if you were going to give somebody some food, make sure you have some food first.
Mhm.
You follow? It's like
Right.
that whole idea of selflessness, putting
Mhm.
yourself last, or that martyr mentality. That's dangerous and it's
Mhm.
insane.
Right.
Who's gonna take? We always, oh, nobody takes care of me. I'm getting rained on. I'm about to put the top up, and you got to take care of you. You are somebody.
Mhm.
So if somebody, including you, don't take care of you, then that's on you because
Right.
you are responsible for you.
Mhm.
You know. So that's what I want to say about that. So thank you, Shannon Sherd, over
Yep.
here for the question on codependency.
Yeah. And Jamila Joyce says communication is important. Definitely. Communication is key. You definitely have to communicate. If you don't communicate, how else are you supposed to how is someone supposed to know exactly your needs or what you're trying to accomplish or whatever? So again, that's great. Your communication is definitely key. Jamila also says having your boundaries in place.
Yes, and if you want to learn how to put your boundaries in place, you need to take Healing Toxic Relationships 101, of course, and recognizing and purifying toxic relationships. See, I got it on the first try. Go to healingtoxicrelationships.com and you can check it out. That and other materials.
Teddy Girl says, thanks as always to you both, Dr. Feelgood and the Love Doctor. Could you talk about misunderstandings about sacrifice and even compromise as expressions of love? Instead, these really fit in with other aspects of facts of fear. Thanks. Appreciate you. Thank you, Dreddy Girl. Appreciate you too. Thanks for tuning in as always. So, I'm gonna break that down, Naeem, too.
Yes. Look at the rain real quick. It just came down.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I hear it.
So you're gonna hear a little rain medley in the background for my soundtrack.
Okay.
But yes, the idea that sacrifice and compromise are expressions of love. Let's start with the F. Love is freedom. To compromise or sacrifice is not free. It's not a free gift. Your compromise and sacrifice is always done to get something in return, right? I'm sacrificing this to get something else, right? I'm sacrificing this, you know, I'm doing this 4 years in college to get my degree. I'm not just going to college and paying these bills and stuff just because I like showing up. I'm doing it because I think it can further me somehow, right? So you're going to compromise and sacrifice. It's because you want something in return. And love is not transactional, meaning love can use transactions, but love is not transactional. You follow me? Meaning you are free to transact, you're free not to transact. But love itself is not, oh, you do for me, I do for you. That's tit for tat. That's transactional. That's a contract. Hey, I picked you up from the airport. You picked me up from the airport next time. I let you stay at my house when you were in town, so you let me stay at your house when I'm in town. I took you out to eat last time. You take me out to eat this time. That's a transaction. That's a barter. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're thinking that, okay, this person is taking me out to eat, and they said, oh, it's my treat because they just wanted to feed me and they enjoy my company. But then the next time we go out to eat, I pay my half when the bill comes. They're like, are you not going to get that? Like, yeah, I got my half. It's like, no, you're not going to get the whole thing. It's like, why? And it's like, because I paid last time we went out. So, right, that type of expectation, that means that the last meal that they paid for was not it wasn't a gift. It was a bargain. It was an expectation. It was a compromise. They were saying, I'm going to take this person out, because I know that you're going to pay for me next time. And maybe they only said that to themselves. Maybe they thought that you operated on the same type of understanding that they did, but there was no what's. What's the C for in facts?
Communication
And clarity. There was no communication and clarity, right? So there was no communication about that, no clarity about that. So now what do you have on the side of fear? Conflict and confusion. Right? I'm confused. I thought that we were just going out to eat. I paid for mine, you paid for yours. I never said it was my treat. It's like, yeah, but I said I paid for it last time. Like, I didn't ask you to pay for it last time. You said it was your treat.
Right.
You didn't say that, okay, I'll get it. If you said, hey, Naeem, I got it this time, you get me next time. And I'm like, cool. That was a communication. That was like, okay, I'm clear. I got you next time we go out. Right. But if that wasn't said or done, you can tread into very treacherous waters really quick with a relationship, and how these compromise and sacrifice and expectations come up. Just remember, it's always as a transaction. And you should remember this, two things. Number one, communicate. Number one, really, there's nothing wrong with the transaction. That's the first thing. Just because love is not a transactional principle, it doesn't mean that you can't transact in love, right? Transact in freedom, in appreciation, in communication, in trust, in sincerity. Just saying that you go to my house, spend the night, I go to your house, spend the night. That's not love. That's just us staying over at each other's house. We could be arguing all day and night, staying over at each other's house. We could hate each other's guts and stay at each other's house. That doesn't mean we love each other, right? So we could just be roommates that also don't love each other, have conflict all the time. So the first thing is that transaction is not wrong or bad. We're gonna always have transactions in our relationships and with people in our lives. The question is it done in communication and love? The second thing is love is not transactional. Okay, so remember that transactions are always based on a compromise and sacrifice is always based on you getting something in return that you think is beneficial to you in some way. It's not free. It's not free. And just because love is freedom doesn't mean that you have to freely give away your money and treat everybody you know out to dinner all the time, every single time, and don't ask them to treat you out, or don't, say that I don't want to treat this time. You don't. It doesn't have to be that way. But also going into a scenario yourself expecting someone else to pay is not loving. It's an expectation, which is an attack. So you can apply that to so many different things, just the whole idea of affection. Oh, we don't spend enough time together. Well, how much time is enough time? Right. How much time? Tell me exactly how much time. 2 hours a day, 5 hours a week. What is enough time? If you really enjoy each other's company, you realize it's never enough time. It always goes too quick, right? But at the same time, it's always enough time, because time spent in love and communication and appreciation is always so full and satisfying that it could be 5 minutes, it could be 5 days. It's always amazing. So, but if you're trying to say, oh, well, I came to visit you 4 times already, you only came out to see me once. Are you saying that the only way you're going to see me is if we tally this up equally? Like, it can be okay. It can be okay, but just say that. Don't come with an attitude talking about, oh, I came all the way out to see you in New Jersey or in Philly or in Delaware, and you didn't come see me but one time. I came the last 3-4 times. Is that you just stating facts? Like, or are you trying to communicate something to me? Are you trying to express your disapproval? Or are you trying to say you want to set up a transaction because you feel like you're sacrificing something to come see me, and now I need to sacrifice something to come see you? Some relationships are built on sacrifice. They're like, well, they put up with my crap for these many years, so like how much of a hard time people take from us is the measure of a healthy relationship. No. If Jamila said have boundaries in place, boundaries means you shouldn't be accepting smack, crap, or whack from anybody. Right. Exactly. Knick-knack, patty-whack. give a dog a bone. You know what happened to that
Right.
old man? He didn't go walking home. He came rolling home. That means he had an accident. It was nothing good with that. So you don't want to go rolling anywhere unless you rolling in your car. So,
Hey, I got a question, too, man,
yeah.
because sacrifice and making a wait a minute, how can I say it? Sacrifice, right, and making a decision, or oh, let me get it right. Let's go back. Keep talking. Let me get it right because I want to make sure I'm right.
All right. How about
hold on.
if you don't believe that you're losing anything
Okay.
by doing this thing, like say you go out with someone who they want to see a romantic movie, you want to see an action movie. They're like, I don't want to see the action movie. Like, oh, I don't see the.
I got it, man.
Well,
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
all right, go ahead.
Sacrifice. One to sacrifice. Sacrifice and making a choice is basically the same thing, or is it different? That's what I meant to ask you.
You can make a choice to sacrifice,
Right. There you go. Okay.
or you can make a choice to give this thing freely. Like
Right.
back to my example, this person want to see a romantic movie, you want to see an action movie. So are you gonna say, all right, I'll go see this romantic movie
Right.
with you if you go see this action movie with me. But let's say you really don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, that means you are only doing it because you think you're getting something in return, even if it's their approval or their affection or their attention, or they're like, oh, that was, glad you came, to their appreciation, right? But love doesn't do anything to get appreciation. It's like, I just want to, I want to be with you. So it don't even matter if we would go into a romantic movie. I just want to spend some time with you, and that's fine. Maybe I'll learn how to enjoy this movie. I'm open-minded. Or
Right.
I just hate every romantic movie ever made under the sun. I don't want to see a romantic movie with anybody. If that's your position, don't see it. Or make it clear that I'm only seeing this movie with you if you go see this action movie with me. So you can make a choice to sacrifice and compromise, or you can make a choice to give freely, or make a choice to not do any of that. To say, I don't want to go, and I don't need you to go with me either, and I'm good. I'll see you after. All right. That's still loving yourself.
Crazy eyes with the crazy eyes. Yeah.
I don't want to see it though.
Yep. So great questions, y'all. Appreciate it. And Izzy meditate. What's up? What's going on, lady? She says hello, Feel Good Talk fan. What's going on? And Jamila says yes, boundaries. So there you have it. But yeah, great stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Definitely. So is it still raining out there or what, Naeem? You good? It's not thunder, is it? You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good. It's off and on. It's off and on. You could probably hear it earlier, right? When it was really coming.
Yeah, I heard it earlier. Yeah, it stopped now a little bit, Chad.
Yeah. So it's some sprinkles right now. But
yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yes, sir.
That was a good question though, Charles, about, is it a choice? Sometimes, and here's when it's really bad, when we think we don't have a choice, like, oh, but that's my dad though. I gotta XYZ, right? Oh, that's my friend though. That's my cousin. That's my fill in the blank. I gotta, so it feels like an obligation now.
Right.
And let me tell you this, unless you in business, and even if you are still in business, you don't got to do anything for anybody ever. Right. You don't. And there's consequences, right? Because you don't got to pay your phone bill, but then you just won't be able to talk on the phone, right? So you just won't have service.
Right.
But you don't got to do anything. You choose to do it.
Right.
If you want to talk on the phone, this is how much it costs per month, right? But even with, let's say, family dynamics, it's like, oh, I got to go to this family reunion because, it's my family and it's reunion. And the two words spell family reunion. So I got a union with my family again because it's a reunion. No, you don't. And if you don't want to do it, keep your negative energy where you came from, right?
Right.
And so it's, again, but the guilt and the shame, like, oh, I have to do this. sometimes we don't even feel like we have a choice. But I want to assure everyone, you always have a choice. You have the power of decision. You can decide to choose again as well. Because maybe you made a choice that you don't like how it's panning out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like how this conversation is going anymore. Can we change the topic? It sounds like an argument. It sounds like you're trying to berate me or harass me or guilt trip me. I don't like how it's going. Can we change the subject? No, you need to listen to what I have to say. No, I'm gonna opt out. I'm gonna hang up and I'll talk to you later. I can choose again, right?
Yeah.
Or not. I don't have to talk to you later, but I'm gonna choose to hang up this phone right now because I don't want to. I don't receive what's coming through on the other side. It's like, but it's my parents though. It's my friend though. It's my whoever though. Like, are you getting paid $350 an hour? Are you a therapist?
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
If you're not, then you don't got to be on that phone.
Mm-hmm.
So again, but they're gonna be even madder the next time. Whose responsibility is that? Their feelings, they're upset. That's their responsibility.
Right.
And yours are it's your responsibility to take care of yourself, your energy field, your feelings, your thoughts. And so you're gonna let somebody dump on you and you know you're gonna be feeling terrible after this conversation, but you won't just leave and hang up the phone and dismiss yourself.
Right.
That's you abusing yourself. You using them and their complaints and their problems and their antagonistic, hostile, whatever their gripes and grievances and moans and groans and venting on as an attack on yourself. You are on that phone because you're on the phone, not because it's duct taped to your head, you know, or because you gotta be on it, or because somebody's paying you to be on it. And again, even if they paying you, you can still be like, this is too much. I'll give you your money back. Click. Right. You know?
Yeah, and that's because, you know, a lot of people feel obligated, you know, like if it's your family and so, and a lot of times families, they could be the worst, you know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes you have to, like you said, block that energy, man. A lot of negative energy does come from a whole bunch of complaints and stuff of that nature. And they feel as though, hey, you're my such and such, so you should listen to what I have to say, or whatever, vice versa. So again, you know, you're right. You don't have to take abuse from anybody. I don't care if it's family, friends, whatever. It doesn't matter. So
it's in a word, it's the entitlement, Charles. Right. People feel entitled, and entitlement can easily lead to a codependent relationship. Going back to what Shannon mentioned, I feel entitled. Like, I come in this house, I don't pay rent here, I live here, and there's food in the refrigerator. I didn't put none of the food there, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go have some. And I'm gonna eat all of it, and I'm not gonna replace that. I feel entitled, right? Right. I'm talking about as a grown person. I'm not talking about as a dependent, a child, whatever. I'm talking about you just coming in somebody's house, or you staying somewhere or whatever, and you think that you have the right to something, to other people's stuff, is what I'm saying. Right. You don't. You don't. True. And that entitlement can easily lead to codependency. It's like, you find out that the refrigerator has got a lock on it now. You're like, oh, what's going on? I'm a starve. Like, no, I don't want you eating. Somebody drew a boundary. Like, no, you can't have no more of my stuff. Or they go and pull the refrigerator into their room, and it's just a blank spot saying, you know, you have a construction cone there, like, you know, work in progress. And you're like, where'd the refrigerator go? It's like, I moved it. Where? To my room. Why? Because I don't want you eating my stuff. How I'm gonna eat? Codependence, right?
Exactly. And you just answered that with his code. Yep, exactly. So, hey man, it's always a great conversation, man. But tell the people where they can find the new course that you're offering now.
HealingToxicRelationships.com, the easiest website in the world to remember, because it is what it is. It actually is what it is. It's about healing toxic relationships, and just throw the .com up on it, and you're done.
And we got it right there. So if anybody wants to check out that course, HealingToxicRelationships.com. I know there's a lot of people out there that definitely need to take a look at this, so check it out.
And it's more than a course. It's a resource for online courses, for books, materials. They're up there for you. For these podcasts, Feel Good Talk is linked in. For to contact, to be a part of the community, to leave testimony, to all of that. It's available.
Mhm.
So, and it's a resource. So I don't have to keep saying, oh, email me here. Like, just go to the website. It's easy as going to the website and then navigating. It's very easy to navigate. It's
Yeah,
clean.
it's very easy.
It's
Yes, it is.
it's efficient. It's straight to the point, like me, because I built it. That's it.
And again, all of this work is Naeem Najib, so check him out. You know, he's doing big things out there, and I know he's trying to promote the toxic relationship, the course, but he also had books online as well. You know, I don't know if you really want to talk about that or not because I'll be trying to promote this, but you can check him out on Amazon. Am I correct, Naeem? I want to
Yes, put my name into Amazon. Look, how about this? People who I've given the website, the card to, the link, their phone, pulled it up on their phone, showed them. There's people that I've done all these things for that don't receive it. To be short, don't receive it. And then there's people who I just mentioned, yeah, my name is Naeem. I teach about love and healthy relationships. And I get a call or a text or email out of nowhere saying, oh, I didn't know you wrote 13 books. I didn't know you had a podcast. Look me up. Like, look, I'm not telling y'all where to go. You know my name. You got the website, got my information. If you want it, you'll get it. I'm not promoting nothing. Y'all promote it. I'm not a promoter. I'm a teacher.
right.
You know, and I'll do that. If you want me, come find me. I'm available. I'm out there. All of it's there and available. I'm not telling you where to find me because you know my name. You can find me. That's it. I'm done.
There you go. He's done. Hey, we got 2 more comments out there. And let's see what we got here. Oh, Jamila, she put it up there, Healing Touch Really. Thank you, Jamila. I had put it up there for him already. And she also says like Healing Toxic Relationships on Facebook as well. Yeah, definitely go.
Thank you, Jamila, for that page. That Facebook page is out, is available. Check it out.
Check it out. That's on Facebook. Ooh, awesome conversation, brother. Like always. I don't know. Let's see. We don't have any more comments out there, but what we'll do is we'll take a commercial break and we'll come right back with some final words, and then we'll go from there. Is that cool with you?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes.
Our sponsor for the day, the A Game, once more, and check it out. And once again, that is the A Game. Great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And I have a few more samples left. I'm not saying 3 anymore, Naeem. I said a few more left. So give us a call at 302-723-2836. 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A Game. It's flying off the shelf. So everybody, definitely you want to check this out. It's great product. So back to you, Naeem.
Well, I wanted to ask everyone, we don't have to talk about this now, but I wanted to know if everyone knows how to recognize material that is universally helpful or not. Meaning how to recognize a teacher, a course, a class, a book that actually can help you heal a toxic relationship, actually can help you heal, period, and not. And I'll just give you a few basic principles. If someone's talking to you about their own specific experience, like their own specific journey and how they went through things, and maybe they use meditation, maybe they use chanting, maybe they use, maybe they have a certain type of relationship, maybe they use celibacy, maybe they use this, and they're promoting that specific thing to you. There's nothing wrong with that, and it can be used to heal. And that's not love. That's why, because it's not universal. For me to say that the way to heal is to be celibate for 6 months, or the way to heal is to do meditation for 6 months. So to heal is that you got to drink this special type of pH balanced water, or the way to, any of these things that may work for me or for someone else out there. That's not helpful. It's ultimately not, it's not universally helpful. And so it can be helpful, but it can also be harmful. Because what if there's a situation where it would be more healing for you to join sexually in a relationship with someone than to be, like, literally, this could be the sexual encounter or relationship or partner that you both can heal through some trauma with, using sex with love, with purpose, with intent. And you say, well, my teacher said that I need to be celibate for another 3 months, so I'm not going to do this with you. Now, I know this is a hot topic, but I'm ending on this because I want you to think about it. Does celibacy work as a healing modality for every single person in every single relationship, every single time? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does using sex as a means to heal work in every single relationship with every single person every single time? No. So what I'm sharing with you is a way to recognize the teaching that is not universal, is that they will pick out a specific form or modality and say you need to do that. You need to have empathetic listening. You need to sit across from each other and look in each other's eyes and sit down and hold space and listen to the person spout all their vituperations and insanity and gripes and groans and moans, and this old man came rolling home at you, and then you just repeat it back to them, and that's going to help your communication. No. If it's not helpful in a 100% of the cases, it's not universal. And that's my point. I'm not saying it can't be helpful, but you have to go within and find out what will be helpful in this moment. Because maybe yesterday that worked, but maybe today we need to be silent. We don't need to talk about how we feel to each other right now. Maybe we just need to say, like, let me get some space and time, and we'll come back when we've cooled down, rather than rah, 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 talk. And maybe the next day we can talk. But it's not something that you can rely on in every situation, every time, because it's not universal. It's just a modality. It's just a tool, and tools can be weaponized, right? That knife that you use to cut up your salad can be used to stab somebody in the heart. But it's the same knife, different purpose, different intent. So that same thing, let's listen empathetically to each other when you really don't want to hear nothing this person's about to say. I'm only going to listen so I can say what I've got to say after you finish. Then when you in that mindset, decline the session of listening. It's like, I really don't want to. Then it becomes a compromise and sacrifice. Say, I don't want to listen to what you have to say right now. And maybe I want you to listen to what I have to say, but not enough to listen to whatever you're about to say. I really just don't want to listen. I don't have the capacity to listen right now. And that's being honest and loving. That's being sincere, right? And if you're going to listen empathetically, empathy is an attribute of love. So it's an expression of love. So that means that if I was listening to what you had to say, I would be listening with attention, with appreciation, and with no agenda. I wouldn't have to respond. I would just say, you know what? Thank you for sharing that. If I were to respond with anything, I would say, thank you for sharing that. If I truly wanted to listen to you, not listen so it can be my turn to talk, that's once again a transaction, a compromise. I can listen and I can say, thank you. I heard you, I receive it, and I can be it. Thank you for sharing. If you're coming from a place where you actually want to. If you don't want to, or you only want to so they can listen to you, how about this? Let me tell you something real quick. How about you do this right here? I'm gonna just share something with you. How about you just not do that? All right, I'm done.
Amen. What a way to end it. Definitely. All, like I said, always learning something here with Naeem Najeeb. Definitely, always a blessing to get on the airways with you, man, and talk. again, check out, his course, healingtoxicrelationships.com. Just go on there, put that in, and it pops right up. Is user friendly. Trust me. User friendly. Get on there and do what you got to do, and breaks everything down for you. So again, hey man, I appreciate you, Naeem, for coming on a day early. Definitely appreciate you sitting out in the rain in Manhattan. Am I correct? Manhattan, chilling.
Downtown.
Appreciate that, man. In the thunderstorm. So again, this is Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely. That's my man, Naeem Najib. And we'll be back next week, the regular time, next week at 7 p.m. Right here on Feel Good Talk. Go ahead, Naeem.
One thing I want to add is I wanted to do this, so it's not a compromise, it's not a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. And so I'm happy to do this at this time today, Tuesday, at 6 to 7, and I don't need anything in exchange. Like this is fine. This is absolutely, because I want to be here, and that's just to bring home the example of something in real time that we're doing. You because we talked about this yesterday, Charles. Like, when can we make it happen? And we worked it out, and we said, let's just, because it wasn't necessarily convenient for either of us, but we wanted to do it, and we made it happen, and that's it. So that's how love works. It just flows. It doesn't force anything.
That's right, man. Definitely. And I want to give a shout out to the people in the back room. HT Lovejoy, what's going on? And Carla, what's up, lady? How you doing? We'll be back there in a few minutes, so don't y'all hang up. We're gonna come in the back room and chat a little bit before we get out of here. But again, this is Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with the host of Love 101, my man Naeem Najib. We're out of here. See you next week, same time, 7 p.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. See you next week. Peace.